Hello, and welcome to our introduction of assistive technology at Kent ISD. This is your introduction to the PACE meeting coming up Monday, January 11th, where we will spend a little bit more time learning about assistive technology, its consideration for students with IEPs. My name is Kindy Segovia, and I am the Assistive Technology Supervisor here at Kent ISD. You can find me on Twitter. That is my Twitter handle, at Kindy Segovia, where I post lots of assistive technology tips and tidbits. I will give you some additional resources and ways to contact me on January 11th. So let's do a little bit of an introduction about what is assistive technology, or AT as we often refer to it. It is the provision of devices and services for students or individuals with special needs in our system of education. That refers to students with IEPs. It can benefit students with a range of need areas and disabilities, including reading, writing, math, vision, hearing, communication, all of those areas that may be a barrier to education. In our process for determining what equipment, tools, devices, software might be beneficial to students who need assistive technology, we use something called the SETT framework, S-E-T-T. Some of you are familiar with that. I have talked about it frequently in the past, and it stands for student, environment, task, and tools. And it's a framework for having a discussion or having a look at the needs of students, specifically what tasks in which environments are difficult, and then and only then do we talk about which tools might be most beneficial to try to improve the situation. Once we have had that discussion and we have determined as a team some of the most appropriate tools or a tool to try, then we put in place a very purposeful plan that includes a trial of that device, piece of equipment, software, training for any staff involved, you as a parent, the child or student, and specifically related to those tasks. And then we look at the timeline for implementation with some data collection that we'll talk more about on January 11th. So assistive technology can be no tech all the way through high tech. The level of technology is not indicative of whether it is considered AT or not. So just a few examples in the no tech, low tech area could be reading supports such as highlighters and post-it notes, things that we don't typically think of as AT, calculators that talk or are large key, specialized timers that are visual or auditory in nature, some picture supports could be considered assistive technology. As we move up the scale to some mid-tech items, we're looking at things like label makers and audiobooks potentially, maybe some auditory note takers, some mid-tech communication devices for our students who struggle with verbal skills. And then we move into some of our higher tech, such as iPads, iTouches, other tablet devices, and the apps that go along with those, computers, of course, and online or software programs that are helpful for kids. And then an increasingly large area to target for assistive technology is the Chrome or Google apps and extensions and accessibility features that are available to many of our students. We do need to remember that assistive technology is IEP driven. It is focused on a particular student's goals and objectives. Those can be in the areas that you see listed, and we are required as a school to provide assistive technology supports when existing tools and strategies provided within the classroom are not sufficient for that student to meet their educational needs. So our discussion will be continued on January 11th. I hope you'll join me at PASE that evening. We'll talk about some assistive technology devices specifically. I'll have lots of hands-on examples of those, talk about what some of the newer strategies and tools that we're seeing utilized in our schools. I will talk about your district teams that have been through some pretty intensive training so that there's a lot of local expertise that can help you if your child has an AT need or you believe there might be an AT need. And I'll share several resources that you as a parent or as a family can access for your child at home, and how to share these even possibly with your teacher or your team who may not be aware. So join us on January 11th and we'll dive deeper into assistive technology.